Okay.
And he's like, you know what? Yeah. Low you get hit. High you get it misses. He rolled a 58. He rolled a 58. We had found out from a previous attack because someone else was creating a diversion for us briefly. It was one of our tanks, Huel. He took a total of, I think, 50 damage, and that was with one attack missing.
Hmm.
And I'm sitting here looking my 44 HP ass, looking at that, then looking at her like...
Okay. Apparently my stuff's all screwed up. I'll have to figure it out later. I don't know
Then
why.
there was the question of, why didn't you just Misty Step? And I'm like, because Misty Step has vocal components. He's like, oh, what about Vortex Wart? Vocal components. Anything you have that doesn't have vocal components? Telekinetic, mage hand.
Right.
Leave it to me. Here we go.
A lot of stuff has vocal at the very basis. Like,
Rawls' entire MMO is vocal, like verbal component of stuff to only have that.
yeah, so it's just like, I'm staring at this woman. She just barely misses me. My only plan is to use my telekinetic mage hand to throw a book. And it worked.
All right, now time for Elliot, but not Elliot.
Time is for sharing the screen too.
Oh, yeah, it got messed up when I was tinkering with stuff. Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Oh, did you manage to find any linium?
D,
Sure
this
did.
is literally
There you
my
go.
reaction.
Thanks. This is exactly what I was hoping to get my hands on. This should be plenty to serve as a research sample.
I'm happy to hear that. My goodness. Of course, if you actually went in and cleared the monsters out of there, I'm sure you could get plenty more.
That's something we consider after we've proved this is a viable material. It's all part of the research. And this is Professor Schmidt we're talking about. I'm sure he'll deliver some kind of interesting result. It was an honor to have been able to aid the professor's research.
It was a pretty rough job though.
Thanks. I'm grateful for all your help. And I'd like you to take these as a reward. Thank you very much. Anyway, it's back to work for me now. Luckily feels steady.
Thank you. Glad we could help out.
It would be real great if it was just like animated cutscenes with voices.
That would be really cool. I could just sit back and eat some chips.
It's not going to be, unfortunately.
Speaking of, damn.
Looks like the sun's starting to set already. That took longer than I expected. I'm not surprised. That was a hard day's work, even by our standards.
Well, at least we were able to finish all of the requests, and that's what really matters. Now, let's head back home and wait for my mother.
You said it.
Someone seems awfully cheerful. Yeah, she thinks she showed up her mom.
What's wrong? There's something going on over there.
Oh.
Seems like something out of the ordinary. It sounds like it's coming from the plaza on the lower floor.
Let's go take a closer look. Exclamation points.
Hey, isn't that...
No way. Is it a duel?
Mm-hmm.
What are the provincial army and the railroad military police doing here? I have a bad feeling about this.
This doesn't look good.
I don't know what's happening, but these guys look like they mean business.
Well, let's go down to the lower floor and get a closer look.
Right. The escalator.
Cordoned?
Cordoned.
Cordoned. Okay. They cordoned it off? What are they thinking?
They're not.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like we'll have to find another way down there.
Beat him up. Kick their butts.
Beat 'em
That
up.
would not look
Beat 'em up.
great.
Beat him up.
No witnesses. Kill them.
Exactly. I
Yeesh.
second this.
Skyrim rules.
Put buckets over their heads.
Mmm.
Surely buckets would work.
Mm-hmm.
No, we just
Why
ride
would
the
they-
elevator.
Why wouldn't they have a... Okay, you know what? Whatever.
Nobody said they were smart.
Exclamation point. This is bad.
Exclamation. A doggo.
Doggo.
All right. I don't have voices here, so I got this. Preserving order and rule is the duty of the Nortia Provincial Army. Our duty. We have had quite enough of outsiders like yourselves swaggering into town as though you own the place. If I may, we're currently here on a mission for which we have full authority. Besides, the expansion of the railways has increased the flow of money, information, and people across the country. These days, it takes a modern organization to maintain order in an interconnected world. That organization is the RMP. So why don't you take your sashes and your pointy helmets and kindly keep out of our way? You son of a... Sir, I can't let insolence like this tarnish our good name. Now, let's not be too hasty here. They may answer to the Chancellor, but with only this many of them, they're nothing more than a mob in uniforms. Ooh, tanks.
Let's just casually roll
Did they
tanks
really bring-
into the
yeah.
middle of the
What the
city.
hell?
Like, what is this logic? Hold on.
Cars.
Yeah, this is my area. Bring in the tanks.
This is escalating quickly.
And then points them at him. What the
Are you
fuck?
Uh-huh.
You can't just roll military vehicles into the middle of a city. On the contrary, arms exist as tools to defend one's territory, one's country. Had we been the ones fighting the terrorists, I assure you, we would have not been outsmarted.
Yes, you would have been.
Yeah, really.
Absolutely would have been.
Citizens of Ruhr, you have nothing to fear. In these dangerous times, with terrorists running rampant, the Nortia Provincial Army is here to defend you from harm. And defend you we shall. These glorified beat cops are out of their depth. They know nothing of this community. I'd suggest you don't place too much trust in them.
He seems like the kind of person that would force everyone under martial law.
Honestly, though. What a blowhard. It's like he's spoiling for a fight.
He's really selling into the populace. But they can't just drive armored cars right into the city streets.
What do we do?
They're both officially recognized military organizations. I don't think there's much we can do. But if for some reason things turn ugly, let's do everything we can to get all the nearby residents to safety.
Right.
Guess that's as much help as we can offer.
Pretty much.
You're quite correct, of course.
Thank God.
Both the provincial army and the railway military police have their own roles to fill, each important to the Empire.
Oh, hey.
Isn't that?
Only she gets a cool voice this time. Captain Claire. I didn't know you'd arrived.
You know what?
I'm just kidding.
You know what? I'm glad she spoke up and not a female voice as just text. And we're like, well, we wouldn't be able to hear it. This is one of those situations where it's like, yeah, we did hear her. Okay.
Yep. We know.
To be fair, all right.
Yeah.
I'll take things from here.
Yes, Captain. Yes, ma'am. So that's her, huh? Yeah, the infamous Icy Maiden.
Good day to you, officer. I believe the Imperial government notified you 2 days ago that we'd be conducting patrols and investigations in the area. Has that really caused such an inconvenience that you felt compelled to bring an armored car within the city limits?
Yes. Well.
And frankly, I can't bring myself to agree with your assertion that we're out of our depth here. The railway is a network that crosses the entire empire, allowing us to dispatch forces anywhere at a moment's notice. We can also gather divisions scattered across the country in one place in a matter of hours. In fact, we pride ourselves on it. It's our distinguishing feature as a division of the armed forces.
Really? I do keep seeing them pop up in the Imperial Chronicle.
Looks like Claire showed up at the perfect time.
As quick-witted as ever, too.
Heh. Now there's a classy lady for you.
Ugh.
We have no quarrel with you and no reason to argue. We have enough on our plate with the terrorists as it is. But we've got a job to do, and so do you. Ultimately, our commitment is to the people of this nation. I'm sure you feel the same, no?
Not to that.
A query for you, then. How would you respond if a crisis were to occur in multiple places at the same time?
Who the fuck?
Oh.
Oh, that one.
Rufus.
Ah.
Rufus.
Oh, hey, Eustace's brother really gets around.
Mm-hmm.
And always turns up where we least expect him.
Quite literally, though. Oh, Lord Rufus, we didn't know you were in Ruhr. Are you leaving already?
Indeed I am. His lordship asked me to extend my stay, but I'm afraid I have business to attend to elsewhere. I'll be heading out in short order.
So that's Duke Alberea's eldest son. As the noble faction's biggest up-and-comer, he sure dresses the part.
Ah, Captain Claire Revelt, I presume? It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. I've heard much about you.
It's an honor, Lord Alberea.
Please, no need for formalities between us. Rufus is fine. Still, you seem puzzled as to what I'm doing in Ruhr. Or, to be more specific, how I got here. Do I assume correctly? The country's railways are completely under your control. Had I taken a train, you would have known it. And yet, there are no signs I passed through Ruhr Airport either. The truth is more mundane than fantastic. I arrived aboard the Alberea family's private airship, which currently sits just off a highway on the outskirts of the city, awaiting my return. Blind spots are an unavoidable reality. We all have them. As on the ball as you are, you do well not to overestimate your own superiority. After all, the hardest falls are the ones we don't see coming.
I'll be sure to keep that in mind.
Now, isn't it time both sides withdrew? And remove those unsightly vehicles from the streets at once. A provincial army must conduct itself with valor and grace at all times. Would you not agree?
Precisely, my lord. Withdraw! Onward, crew, stand down! Yes, my lord. You run away. Get in. She didn't even say anything. She was just like, we are. So cool.
Oh,
So
fortune finds us face to face once again. Did not realize how many people I'd be talking to myself with Xander not here.
I wondered. Yep. I was like, are you sure?
Yep. This is why we have 2 males and 2 female actors, because there's so many voices. So it seems. Thank you for diffusing that situation the other day. You needn't be so formal. I was just in town to speak with the Marquis on my father's behalf.
Ah,
I imagine you two must have had a lot to talk about. Indeed, we did. And the Marquis never makes it an easy time. Took advantage of all the excitement surrounding the courageous maiden voyage to take my little trip unnoticed. Given the current climate, it's impossible to predict what may happen, both here and in Ortis. You have 3 days of your field study remaining. I suggest you focus on your assigned tasks and stay out of trouble. I'm looking forward to seeing what Class 7 has to show at the Academy's festival after all. Of course, why wouldn't he be there? He's on the board of directors.
He's on the board, guys. Yeah, duh.
Like, why would none of the people on the board be there
Why
for
they were
the
so surprised by that.
big academy? Man, you just met Eustace. You meet Eustace and you think you've seen the nobility's golden boy. Then you met Rufus.
I'm actually kind of impressed.
I'm almost loath to admit it, but over time I have gotten the impression that he's a good man. For a noble, anyway.
I think so.
He's a sharp guy. I can see why he has as much sway in the noble faction as he does.
Well, it looks like the sun's about to set. Why don't we call it a day here? My mother might know more about what's going on with the Provincial Army and the RMP.
Yeah, I can get behind that. Nothing happens in Ruhr without Marcus Wagner. Marcus Rogners. Say so.
There you go.
We need to figure out what he's up to. I'm also rather curious as to what brought the railway military police out here too.
Or the army, who seems to be driving tanks into cities to end arguments now.
Yeah, there's gotta be something going on behind the scenes that we don't know about. That's gonna make some interesting dinner conversation, huh?
We'll find out soon enough. Anyway, come on. I'll show you to my home. Though, I guess you've already been there. It's just part of the Rhineford building.
Huh? Wait a minute. So you live... Uh-huh.
Well, I mean, I did say that we lived in the biggest building in the city. In the penthouse suite on floors 24 and 25, yes.
Dang.
That's my family's house, more or less.
Fancy.
She did say.
She did.
Man, I can't believe your family has the top 2 floors of a world-class high-rise all to itself.
Why is that so hard to believe?
Yeah, even high-ranking nobles would trip over themselves to secure a luxury suite like this.
I was afraid you guys would react exactly like you just did. That's why I just kept my mouth shut. Sure, it's large, but it's so pointlessly large for just 2 people, and the only servant we have is Sharon.
If you have Sharon, that's the only maid you need, even for a place this big.
Accurate.
Yeah.
You said it. Well, we'll be guests here for the next 3 days. So, thanks for having us, Elisa.
Well, of course. Don't mention it.
My. Is it just me, or do I detect more than a hint of red on Lady Elisa's fair visage?
Could she be embarrassed?
I am not.
There's 2 hints of red, actually.
We're
2
here
hints,
on
yeah.
a field study, so could we at least try to take this a little more seriously?
You are asking Crow to take something serious.
Oh, lighten up, Machias. It just wouldn't be a proper field study without one of us getting embarrassed about our family.
That's also very accurate. In almost
Soon
every
it will be Reen's turn.
in almost every single game, or every single every single field study, one of them has
Welcome
gotten
home,
embarrassed by
everyone.
their family members.
I
Feels
don't think,
nice to be back.
oh, what's his name?
Gaius wasn't really embarrassed by his
Gaius,
family.
yeah.
Gaius was not embarrassed by his family. But
Yeah.
Eustace was
Oh, no, not at
embarrassed
all.
by his father. Machias was embarrassed by his father. Elisa's just always embarrassed about her family.
Mhm.
Elliot was embarrassed by his dad. We haven't seen Reens, we haven't seen Crows, we haven't seen V's.
I'll just
Although Fee
ignore
gets
how you
embarrassed
popped
by
up to
Sharon.
greet us the moment
Or
we
not
walked through
Sharon,
the door.
Sarah.
I was gonna say, dang. Yeah.
I didn't mean Sharon, I meant Sarah.
I just couldn't wait to see you. Now, if you'll just follow me, I'll show you inside.
Such as cutting her escape rope in the first day of school.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Which that was rude.
Warranted, though.
But rude.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Jeez.
Wow.
She did say it was the penthouse and it was needlessly large for 2 people.
Open concept.
Very. Piano.
Wow.
This is more than just a penthouse. This is all like she said, floors 24 and 25. This is a whole freaking floor.
Whole 2
Yeah.
floors.
Yeah.
Some penthouses are 2 floors.
Yeah, some are.
I've never been in a penthouse to know.
I've seen them in like videos and stuff. That's how I assume.
Yeah, I've never actually been in one. But I know they're massive.
I don't think I've been in one either. I don't think so.
Well, I'm impressed. This is even more grandiose than I'd expected.
You could see the whole town out there below. Talk about the lap of luxury.
Looks like a comfy place to take a nap.
Of course, Fee.
You guys really think so?
Wonderful.
I've been away from Ruhr for half a year, so I guess it does
I
feel
mean,
kind of
people
nice to
take
be
a nap
home.
anywhere, basically, so.
Accurate.
I guess that's natural.
I've already finished preparing dinner. Please, let me know whenever you're ready to eat.
Thank you.
I don't know about all of you, but I'm pretty hungry. What do you say we... Wait, actually we can't, can we? Mother said she'd be eating with us tonight, so we need to wait until she comes home. And there are quite a few things we need to ask her, too.
Well, actually, my lady, I'm afraid I received a call from the chairman earlier about that.
What?
Mm-hmm. Mama not gonna be home. She's literally one floor below us. Her office is on the 23rd. There's croissants.
Croissant.
Lisa, if you wolf down so much food so quickly,
You'll get fat.
Damn.
Well, damn.
Just laying on out there.
It's just this once. I eat a balanced diet the rest of the time.
No, you don't.
But you've been bolting down every course so quickly, I'm surprised you haven't inhaled your napkin.
Maybe we're gonna need to rethink your stage outfit for the concert.
Bro.
Crap.
That's
I almost
rude.
forgot about that.
If you're worrying about us, you don't need
Fee's
to, you
one
know?
thing, but Crow can't
I know
be
your
saying
mother
that stuff,
promised
it's
she'd
rude.
have dinner with us, but we all know she's a busy woman.
and she said she'd try to make some time for us tomorrow instead.
But
Right.
still. It's not that it bothers me so much, but she sits on Thor's board of directors. Who's she meeting with that's so important she can't even clear a little time to see us? She got off the Lusitania already, didn't she?
I'm afraid I'm not at liberty to say. She's not out on a date with a gentleman or engaging in any lascivious behavior, if that puts your mind
Not
at ease.
lascivious behavior.
Good word.
That's not what I'm worried about.
Love
Not
that
even
word.
close. Honestly, hearing she was seeing a man might even put my mind at ease.
Elisa?
After dinner, we got work.
She's like, just stop working. Do something else. As I sit here working, it's fine.
Aha.
Shush.
I mean, there's two workaholics in here, but you're definitely more of a workaholic.
I mean, I can't say much. What was it? Was it last Thursday?
My
But I-
excuse is that I had a headache earlier and I couldn't do it all earlier. It didn't work.
I was just working until 10 o'clock at night after coming home, so, you know.
Well, we have the rest of the night free, so we might as well enjoy ourselves. You're welcome to look around the house as much as you want. But under no circumstances are you to set foot in my or Sharon's bedroom without our express permission.
But Mom's bedroom, fine.
I know. Like, she looks at Rain, of all people. Shouldn't she be looking at Crow?
She did. They all looked at Rain. Look at all them looking at Rain.
Well, I think it's now because she pointed it specifically out.
Because they know better.
Next week, we're doing the 23rd, right? For Celestia?
Maybe?
Yes.
Okay.
I think so.
I need to get the overlay finished on that this weekend.
Must build character sheet soon.
Apparently,
And finish backstory.
Micah's going to talk with us the Thursday and / the Friday of to get the character sheets built before session starts.
Well, I'm glad he's built Liz already because we're moving our session just for next week from Wednesday to Thursday. That's why I was like, let me double check.
I
mean,
hope
we're gonna
that
try
we're
for
doing Friday. It's a little risky.
Yeah, I know.
Thursdays, I think.
I'll triple check.
Yeah, I
But
know we're doing it next Friday. But yeah, he talked about building the character sheets. He talked to me because I was like, do we need to build Elrond?
Right.
And
Liz has already been created. I think there's only one thing that he needs to add, but there was things that he wanted to make sure, because I have a lot of DR on her to start. So we wanted to make sure things actually worked properly. So
okay, maybe he might have meant this Thursday or Friday. So his plan was Thursday or Friday whenever people are available to get characters and intros. So he might have meant this
message
week.
him and tell him I'm free at certain points and see when he's available. But yeah.
Yeah, because I want to get
But
I need
I'll
to
work
get
on it
Elran in there.
tomorrow, for real this time. Now that
I'll
I'm
message him.
So.
Okay. Anyway, if he
Anywho.
that's you.
Sorry. There's so many chats that I'm now like popping between. That's our Elisa.
I heard you have a private library here. Might I be able to peruse your collection?
Of course. Would you show him the way, Sharon?
As you wish, my lady.
Guess we should nail down the rest of the stuff for the festival concert too. Yeah, there's still a few bits we need to make some final decisions on. Want me to help out with that? Nah, I'd rather keep you fresh so I can get your opinion on your finished plan as a whole. We want an honest first impression on whether you think we've got... Whether you think what we've got will go over with, well... Let's just try this sentence again.
Start over there a little bit.
We want an honest first impression on whether you think what we've got will go over with the audience. Alright, makes sense to me.
Hold on.
I'm holding to what? I don't know, but I'm holding.
All right. Well, good luck. Anyway, let me show you to my room, Fee. Thanks.
Would you like another cup of coffee, Master Machias?
Oh, yes,
He said
please.
yes. What about you, Master Reen? I'd be happy to take your cup directly to Lady Elisa's room if that's what you'd like.
Or you could just, bring it out here. That'd be great. Reen, this room is amazing. So many books here on such a panoply of different subjects. It's as though you've never need to visit a library. I guess it's safe to say it meets with your approval. Yeah, you could say that. It's not every day I see such a well-curated collection, and I feel a little giddy. Sharon told me that this room and the room adjacent were once Gwyn's private rooms, which means all the books here were part of his personal collection. Wow. He did seem like a really smart guy with a lot of different interests. So I guess it makes sense that he'd have a mountain of books like this.
I had a thought. I lost it.
Search for it. Pick up the breadcrumbs. You'll discover it. Thinking. Thoughtfulness.
Oh.
There it is.
We're learning a lot of good new words tonight. I like it.
Ah.
Panoply.
Mm-hmm. Some of these words are really nice. Nice words.
Plans for the concert
I
going okay? Sorry.
I just realized why that word felt so weird to me. I legitimately, for my whole life, I thought it was cordoned.
I think I used to pronounce it in my brain like that, and then I realized it was cordoned.
Yeah. In my head, I've always pronounced it cordoned, and then I'm sitting here like, no, it's cordoned. Right?
Yeah, you would think because of how it's spelled, it would be cordoned. But it uses done. So cordon, cordoned. English is weird.
Yes.
You know, like the whole I before E, except after C. Except in like half of the words that you ever write, that's not the case of the actual rule.
What kind of words are you writing?
Really weird ones. Plans for the concert going okay? Yep, they sure are. We've decided we'll be on one instruments and have a good idea of what our 2 songs are going to sound like. We should have everything pretty set by the time the trip's over. But then I'm hoping we'll be able to show what we've got to the rest of the class. Fantastic. It sounds like things are really coming together then. I mean, if there's anything I can do, I'd be glad to pitch in. Sure thing. Yo, good timing. From between these 2 designs for the girls' concert outfits, which revs up your engine more, A or B? Let's see. Whoa, back it up, neither of those. If you want to lock in the guys' votes, we're gonna have to give them what they want. Push those boundaries of good tastes. And we go in for the kill with a little wardrobe malfunction at the end, and victory is as good as ours. We won't be winning anything but a trip to the principal's office if we get banned from participating. First, you need to make them a bit less revealing. Actually, make that a lot less revealing. What's up with these little comments in the margins? Optimal bounce vectors.
Oh my god.
Show them titties!
Show them titties?
Amazing.
I didn't read
I think he's serious, Rain.
I didn't read what it was until I started reading it. Oh. Are you serious? I knew we were overdue for a long talk about your prudish tendencies. Well, those issues aside, the base designs both look pretty good. Leaning toward B. I think it'd look good on everyone. Is that so? Alright. I'll give this one a little more polish then.
Less lewd.
More lewd.
Take the lewd meter and just turn it down a few notches.
Crow is tanking us.
Accurate.
Yes. We should go get Tangus back out of bed and have him go be Crow for the night.
Yeah.
I think this is Elisa's room. It's me, Reen. Can I come in?
No.
Oh, hey, it's Rain. Of course.
Wow.
Wow, so this is your room, huh? Well, bigger than I would have guessed. Really nice and tidy, too.
There's nothing in it.
I like the view from the window. Honestly, were you raised in a barn? You don't just roam around a girl's room checking everything out. Look at that blush.
Whoops, sorry.
Keep your eyes closed, Reen.
Though these days, my mother is the only one who even uses this floor. There's so much space. It must feel pretty lonely having it all to herself.
Does she even use her bedroom?
Elisa?
Just a passing thought.
Does who use her bedroom? Chairman?
Does she sleep?
You know?
That is a good point.
Good question.
Are you nervous because there's a boy in your room?
Ooh.
I can always find somewhere else. No, it's fine. Don't leave. I mean, yeah, it's the first time a guy's been in my room, but... Hey, you tricked me into admitting that. I didn't ask you to say anything.
Don't fight, you two. To be fair.
There was nothing else in there. There was a bed.
It is a great view.
Uh-huh.
It's all hidden in these wardrobes. She does have a very cute pink bunny. She probably had Sharon hide all of the things.
Where's Sharon's room?
Oh, I'm supposed to do something with these two. I can play Blade.
Let's get started.
All right.
Let's see how terrible
Come
this
on,
goes.
draw a card. After you, then. What? You can't do that.
I can and I did.
What? You can't do that.
I can and I did.
I think she wins.
Bolt. Bolt. Oh, same score? We better draw again. After you, then. I
Yep.
won.
She won.
I had such terrible draws. I'm gonna beat her
Let's
though.
get started. Come on, draw a card. After you, then. Oh, same score? We better draw again. Looks like I'm going first. Bolt. Bolt. Bolt.
How many?
Ugh, now you've done it. Mirror. Ugh, now you've done it. Mirror. Mirror. One more game.
Let the battle begin. We draw here, right?
Oh gosh.
I'm first.
I have so many special power cards.
Ouch. Crap. Crap. Take this. Ouch. Crap. Guess I lost.
Hmm. Hold on. I'm actually supposed to talk to these two.
Well, seeing as we'll be spending a few nights here, I might as well start getting things set up. You don't need to volunteer to help, you know. We do have Sharon on the payroll for housekeeping.
I know.
This is a nice room. Great view, too. And the windows are even bulletproof. Should get a good night's sleep here.
I don't really think that's something you need to worry about.
You never know. Honestly, for somebody in the Rhineford family, it might actually be a concern.
Ah, there we go. Oh? I have a hunch Sharon knows something. I should see if she'll tell me anything. Can't hurt to try.
Corner her. Actually, don't. She might kill you.
Sharon? Nah.
Sharon's dangerous.
Nah, Sharon's nice.
Don't ever trust the help staff, as they're dangerous.
Nah, Sharon's a nice woman.
Sharon needs some water. Give me a second.
She is quite thirsty.
Okay. You're not wrong. Oh, Master Reen. Is there something I can help you with? Perhaps you'd like to wash your back, but want some help with those hard-to-reach spots? Not to worry, I'm here to help.
I think I'll pass. Actually, Sharon, is Elisa's mother really alright?
There's no need to worry about the chairman. It's not as though she's wrestling with some abnormally large crisis or anything like that. Though I'm afraid I'm not at liberty to discuss the specifics with you.
Oh, hold on.
Holding. I feel like Sharon's wearing maid armor.
There's a bulletproof vest underneath her outfit.
Honestly, though. And, like, her boobs are, like, 2 round. It's like she has, like, a breastplate on.
Yeah.
It's like a metal maid outfit with, like, a leather.
They
like,
got extra support there.
Like,
there we go.
Hard leather, tanned leather. Yeah.
My,
Yeah.
my mic arm was, like, wiggling itself off of my desk, and it was leaning, and I was like, ah.
That's always good. Precariously, just tilting slowly to his death.
Yeah, I looked over and I was like, that's not the angle you should be at.
Well,
I understand that. I can't help but think that about the quarrel between the Provincial Army and the RMP we saw this evening. I'm guessing the reason she couldn't make it is related to that somehow.
that way you like to just throw potential theories out there reminds me of Lady Sarah. Perhaps that's thanks to her guidance as your instructor.
I'm not really sure about that. But your lack of denial tells me I'm on the right track.
You may interpret it however you see fit. However, I'd like to reassure you that there's no need for you to worry about the chairman. I'd much rather see you direct your concern towards Lady Elisa.
Alright. Sorry. Didn't mean to bother you.
Don't worry, Master Reen. A maid must always be available to serve guests. Still, are you certain you don't feel like a rejuvenating back scrub?
That does sound actually very nice.
I'd be happy to give you a stimulating massage, too, if that's your wish.
Okay, am I reading too much into it? It sounds like there might be a subtle threat there.
Stimulating?
Stimulating?
I'm A-okay, thank you.
Is that a greenhouse?
That looks like a greenhouse.
I think it's supposed to be like a veranda, like sunroom kind of thing. Lisa?
But it's dark outside.
I wonder what she's doing. Maybe I should go see. Oh,
Guys,
this is...
I bought a bucket today.
No, they're taking my bucket.
Bucket.
It's a bucket of liqueur. They have like individual little bottles of liqueur that you can try different tastes.
Like sample size bottles?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Guys, there's root beer flavored and espresso and peppermint and butterscotch. I'm sitting here looking at all these different liqueurs and going, I never imagined that I would want to try one of these. I didn't know that they existed to begin with, but the fact that they're here, I want to try them so bad. But yet it's a Wednesday night.
I mean,
so I may or may not be drinking during Strahd. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, you don't usually drink during Strahd?
I usually don't drink during Strahd, but I am this week.
During Strahd.
I just usually don't.
We're all D&D.
Look, drinking during D&D is okay if you're not Joey.
Well, yeah.
Hi, also shouldn't do it as the DM.
Probably not.
Yeah, but you also don't like alcohol, so.
99% of them I've tried so far, correct.
95%.
Okay, 95%.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently she knows what hold that like better than I do.
Hey, Elisa.
Oh, it's you.
No, it's Ghost.
No, this
Sorry,
is Patrick.
were you worried?
No, it's Patrick.
A little, yeah. Seeing you like that just kind of reminded me of that night in Nord.
Oh, right. Oh, I'm so pathetic. I keep going on about how I'm going to be independent, but then I get all worked up over something as trivial as this.
Maybe it's because deep down you
Seeing
actually
the city
care
from
about
above
your
at
mom.
night is really something, though.
Mm-hmm.
And to think, you got to take in a beautiful view like this every night growing up.
Yeah, I guess so. It used to be my grandfather, my father, and my mother here. Then after my father died, Sharon joined us. But through the years, my family has always enjoyed seeing the lighted windows of Ruhr at night.
Something that never changed, huh? I guess it is to you what Ymir's mountains are to me.
Maybe every family has something like that. Still, first my grandfather left. And now Sharon and I aren't here most of the time either. Mother just stays here all on her own. Every time I think of that, I just feel like crying. It breaks my heart. I can't understand why she chooses to be so alone.
I thought so. You're not just angry at her then.
Well, she gets under my skin, that's nothing new. But if I was in her place, I don't know how I'd cope. I couldn't live like she does, losing herself in her work all alone with no friends or loved ones by her side. She wasn't like that before, back when my dad was still alive. She's always been a career woman, but back then she was kind, funny. She had this warmth, you know? But ever since Dad passed away, she hasn't been the same. Work became her life. She pushed Grandfather out as chairman, all for what? More work? I've never seen her indulge herself, not even once. If she isn't dining with some business partner, she eats nutrition bars instead of meals. Sharon scolds her for it, but that's how she is. And that's why I'm scared. I don't want life to just pass her by.
That's really sweet, Elisa.
Pat.
Where did that come from?
You're always looking out for the people in your life. Even when they get on your nerves, you still care about them.
Uh-huh.
It's like how you and I were at first, or how you were with Laura and Fee. Heck, I still remember how you told me off for hurting my sister's feelings.
Deserved.
You've been keeping an eye
Yes.
out for Milliam all this time, too. And you should know that we're all really grateful to you for it. Especially me. I'm worried about
Green.
what's happening here in Ruhr, too. This is your home, and your mother might be caught up in whatever's going on. I think we should look into it. What do you say?
What? But with all our field study tasks, where would we find the time?
We have every other city we've been to.
Why not do it while we're out handling those? Making some headway is always better than making none, right? I mean, I'm not the only one who feels this way. Everyone else does too. Fee cares. So does Elliot. Machias does too. Even Crow's been concerned about you. We can use our time in the city to poke around and find out more about what's going on. You know, kind of like we always do.
Well, if you say so, but I'll save the thanks for later. I doubt Sharon will tell us anything, no matter how much we pester her. But I'll ask around and see if anyone I know has any idea what might be going on. It shouldn't be too late to give some of them a call at least.
All right, I'll leave the info gathering to you. Once we get our task list tomorrow, we can discuss how we want to do this.
All right.
How to do this?
Anyway, I think I'm going to start calling my contacts.
What are you calling them?
Oh, and one more thing. If I were you, I wouldn't go around stroking girls' heads like that. I mean, you don't just go whispering sweet nothings into any girl's ear, do you? This isn't so different, really.
Huh? Oh. I guess you're right.
Oh, Rain.
Sorry. It's something I always did to my sister when she was feeling down.
Yes, that's
But
the
now
problem.
that you mention it, she did seem to resent it more as she got older. But when I
Yeah?
stopped doing
That's
it,
not
she
the right
called
word
me
for that.
insensitive and got all upset anyway.
Resent is not the correct word.
I think your sister and I would have a lot to talk about. But anyway, I'll see you later.
All right.
Poor Reen.
I ship them
Word
so
to the wise,
hard.
Rain. Stop stroking girls' heads. It's just gonna make them really
I
like
ship
all
them so
confused.
hard. I ship them so hard.
I mean, I wouldn't advise
She
stroking
seems like
guys'
she's feeling
heads
better
either,
now.
so...
Why
I
not?
just hope our efforts will turn
Just
up some
don't
good
stroke
leads.
heads.
I'm leaving that one go.
I'm not gonna say anything.
Huh? Call functionality works here? I guess it would, seeing as we're right in the headquarters of the company that built these. Maybe it's the instructor. Hello, Reen Schwarzer speaking.
God, that's
Oh,
such a
good, it went through. Glad I was able to get your number from Milliam.
Of course you did.
Is this Captain Claire?
It is. I apologize for calling so late. Are you free right now?
You should be sorry.
Yeah. What's up?
There's something important I'd like to discuss with you. But it's a matter best discussed in person. Would it be possible for you to meet me in the city? Sooner is preferable.
Like, right now? Would this happen to be related to our field study?
Technically speaking, yes. But with the provincial army on alert, traveling in a large group would draw too much suspicion. That's why I decided to contact you directly. You're the team leader.
People keep saying that, but I never recall agreeing to it.
Too bad, Rain.
Too bad. Welcome to
But
being the protagonist.
Sure, I guess. I'll head out right now. Where should I meet you?
Go to the upper level. On the south side of the elevated walkway, you'll see a bar called F. It's a quiet, upscale establishment, the perfect place for a private discussion.
A bar called
Press
F
F
on
to
the
pay
south side of
respects.
the upper level. Got it. I'll
F.
head there right away.
I'll be waiting. I'm not on a schedule or anything, though, so there's no need to
Are you
rush.
sure?
You've got time. And by the way, I'd rather you didn't mention any of this to Elisa.
Huh? Why?
Because what I want to discuss with you happens to involve the Rhineford Company. But I'll leave it to your discretion. Anyway, you know where to find me.
Don't lie to
It
your
feels a
future
bit cruel
girlfriend.
to keep only Elisa out of the loop. But it sounds like it's pretty important. I think it'd be better to go now and tell everyone else about it later.
No, Rain.
Don't lie to your future girlfriend. Look, if Towa isn't a route, then I ship Elisa and Rain.
You shipped Toa before Elisa?
Yeah, I actually really like the dynamic between Rain and Towa. I think it's adorable.
I need to leave, but I don't want to leave the front door unlocked. But if I ask someone to lock up behind me, they'll want to know where I'm going. I guess I might have to tell Elisa where I'm going after all.
Will you be stepping out?
Sharon.
Sharon? I couldn't even tell she was
I'm
there.
telling you, don't trust Sharon. She's scary.
There's no need to explain. That glimmer in your eyes tells me all I need to know. Not to worry, Masterine. Your secret's safe with me. So enjoy your night to the fullest.
Wait, what?
You're gonna go see a girl.
You have a date with a fetching young lady, don't you? I'll make sure no one notices your absence, especially my lady. Just be certain you're back by morning.
I assure you, I'm not that lucky. I just got word that this acquaintance of mine was visiting Ruhr. And they wanted to catch up a bit, so I was going to slip out and see them for a little while.
Sure.
Very well then. I'll lock up behind you. I'd also be glad to help you build an ironclad alibi. No one would think twice, even if you were to stay out all night.
If you kill someone, I'll help you hide the body
I
afterwards.
appreciate the thought, but I don't think that'll be necessary. Anyway, I'll be back later.
Of course. Take care.
Okay.
It's past 9 already, but I still see quite a few people working. I guess it comes with the territory, working for the world's largest industrial manufacturer.
Bing bong.
What was that?
I didn't see anything. What was it?
that? I don't know.
What was that? It was a person
Wanna
leaving an
help us?
elevator.
There was something that happened right before. As soon as that door opened, a flash image went across it.
Yeah, because you sped through. We
No.
couldn't
She
see
said she'd be
anything.
No,
waiting at the
it
bar
goes
all
that fast
F.
in game.
Oh, jeez.
Because that's why
I
he's
li-
like,
I-
wait, what was that? Because he literally, could
literally
not see it.
blinked at the wrong time then.
I was looking at the opposite screen, so.
Yeah, it literally goes by that fast.
It's supposed to be somewhere on
Interesting.
the southern side of the upper level. Should I head straight there?
Where are you going?
And that's
Of
why.
course, Fee.
That's the, huh?
Hey, how long have you been there? Wait, have you been trailing me ever since I left the penthouse?
Well, I saw you slip out. So, where are you going? Are you really headed out for a late-night romantic rendezvous?
What kinds of lies has Sharon been feeding you anyway? Okay, here's what's up.
That totally sounds like a rendezvous.
Fee.
Sorry, I shouldn't have interfered.
No.
Whoa, it's not like that. Well, you know everything I know about it now. Why don't you come too?
You sure?
No reason not to. It sounded like whatever info she's got has something to do with our field study. And honestly, I wasn't all that keen on having a one-on-one with a military officer to begin with.
Gotcha.
Crazy.
But first, I want to walk around a bit.
After we've been walking around all day?
Whenever I come to a new city, I always like to get a feel for what it's like during the day and the night. I feel kind of uneasy if I don't.
Oh, right. It must be a Jaeger thing. All right, I'll join you for a little stroll. I don't want to keep the captain waiting too long, though. Will once around town be enough?
That'll be fine. Okay, let's roll.
How long is the cutscene with Claire?
We'll cut it off before we get there.
Okay.
It's a lore dump cutscene, so it's long.
I kind of figured.
By the way, did you happen
and I
to
was
run
looking
into
at the
Sharon on your way
time.
out?
She saw me leaving, but she just let me go.
Even the best maids aren't that all-knowing.
Don't trust Sharon. She's scary. She
Or maybe
has
the-
skills.
Or maybe that's why you should trust Sharon.
I mean, yes, and also don't cross Sharon.
This
or
is
she'll
where
kill
Claire
you.
said to meet her, right?
Yeah, this looks like the place.
But we're not going to go meet her yet because we're doing our
Fee
once
wants to
around the
look
town.
around.
Yep, we're doing our once around the town. This speed walking old woman. See, there's the guy that came out of the elevator. There's my up. There's my up. Toggle.
Doggo, still there.
What a good doggo.
What a good dog. Walking.
This was some kind of classy bar, I think?
Seems pretty lively in there.
It doesn't look fancy to me, but sure.
If they say so.
Yep, stuck on light.
That was a pole, Reen. You're gonna go pole dancing? Okay, great.
I just wanted to
'Cause I
say
was
back.
about to say- Because I was
Yeah.
about to say, there's no way I'm going to be able to
Yeah.
sit through the entirety of a lore dump right now. I am fading fast.
No, and from what I remember, it's a good like 20-30 minute cutscene. It's a long lore dump from what I remember. As long as this is the one that I'm thinking of. So, which I'm assuming it is, because I'm not aware of another one that's like this, so. Yeah. So, it'd be a long one, so we're gonna cut it off there. Let's see, should we go raid Crumbs?
Raid Crumbs!
Crumbs is doing a 24-hour subathon.
Yay, Crumbs!
We'll go raid Crumbs. Alright, thank
Yay,
y'all for
Crumbs.
watching. We will be back for sure Friday.
I'm tired.
Maybe tomorrow, but for sure Friday. So, thank
the
y'all for
other
watching.
thing
We'll
that
see you
happened
next
tonight.
time.
Harrigan beat
Bye.
me to it, but I said it tonight.